Hi everyone, welcome along to SimShack TV. Doing something a little bit different this week as we head over to Summit Point to cover round one of the Southern Cross Sim Racing League, season 2 of their Toyota 86 series. Boys back into it again this season, and we've decided to cover most of their rounds, if not all. We'll see how we go as the season progresses, but hopefully if everyone's happy, we should be here each week to cover the racing. Looks like the opening round has got a field of around 26 cars, which is a great effort on behalf of the league owners. Boys are down, just gridding up for race one. They've had qualifying, so we'll have a look at some race info to kick things off. See, the weather is around about 19 degrees, partly cloudy. Doesn't look like there's too much rain around. A few details on the Summit Point Raceway there. Track length's about 3.2 kilometres, altitude of 192 metres, and I can tell you there are 10 turns. Quite a busy little complex, which sort of involves turns 6, 7, and 8. So hopefully it produces some good racing tonight. Just before the boys get underway, let's have a quick look at the grid for race one. So it will be the defending champion from season 1, Luke Ewing, out of P1, Mark Heppel in 2. Then it's Dan Bartush, Sean Linsell in row 2. Row 3 is Jaden Wilcox and Dylan Day. Row 4, Jamie Fleming and Skyline Tyndall. Row 5, Chase McMillan and Rob Chandler. Then it's Sebastian Welch and Rory Collins out of 6. Lee Miller, Cameron Brown. Row 8, Brooke Wilson and Brad Hilda. Row 9 is Lachlan Johnson and Matt Hatton. Row 10, David Uni and Ryan Smith. Row 11 is Adam Hughes and Ross Armour. Then row 12, Darren Lonan and Zach Elston Lindsay. Then it's Damien McGrath and Graham Hill. Chris Chart and Quinn Owers on row 14. I think that pretty much is it for race one as far as the grid goes. I'm not sure if any of the boys are starting from pit lane, but I'm sure we'll find that out as the race progresses. All right, let's head down to the grid for race one. As you can see, the boys are gridding up now. We should be underway very shortly. Everyone's got away cleanly. Oh, there's someone was a bit slow there towards the back of the field. Hopefully they've got that all sorted. So we head down into turn 1, and it's going to be Luke Ewing leading at this stage. Dan Bartush, Mark Heppel drops a spot back to 3rd. And it's Jaden Wilcox up to 4th. Somebody runs very wide, a little bit sideways there. Hopefully they gathered that back up and no harm done. We can bring up our little graphics tonight to show who's getting all the off tracks and who's in the pits. Luke leads them around for that one. Interesting to note that the boys are running the 86 at 110% power tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how some of these guys handle that little bit of extra power. Looks like we've got to move on into turn one. That's Jaden. It's actually slotted up now into that third position. Got a bit of a battle going on back here for, what's this, 15th? 16th? Oh, somebody's gone around. That was Lachlan Johnson. No, it might actually be Ryan Smith that's dropped down through the field. Boys are all obviously getting used to racing each other. There's quite a few newcomers to the league, so it'll probably take 1 or 2 rounds for everyone to sort themselves out. So still Luke leading at this stage. Battles continue. Trying to go too wide through that final turn. Not always the safest way, but survived on this occasion. So everybody looks to get a toe down this long front straight, whether it be a side draft or tuck in behind the guy in front. Well, back up at the front, still Luke leading from Dan. Jaden in that third spot now. Jump on board with Jaden. Throttle control, these little 86s. James got a good run out of that complex of corners. Up right in behind Dan now for the long run down the front straight. On the brakes for turn one. Check out our helmet cam. Oh, Dan's run up very wide. Jaden's taken full advantage of that. Now up to that second spot. Find Ross Armour. Ross currently in 13th position, but up 6 since the start of the race. A busy little battle pack. This in the midfield. Say there's some pretty striking liveries out there. Well done to all the boys out racing tonight. A lot of work goes into doing these liveries, league racing. Someone's got sideways. A couple of them off the track. Might have been Zach Elston. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened there. Oh no, this is a different one. Apologies for getting some of these things a little bit mixed up. It's first night that I've tried to broadcast this league, and I'm still getting used to names and drivers and things. So if I get any names wrong, just send me a shout out and I will certainly correct it for you. In the meantime, it's still Luke leading on lap 6. Dan and Jaden still very close together. That fourth spot currently held by Mark Heppel. Mark's around about second further back, just under. Looks like Dan ran very wide there. Again, that's allowed Jaden to get back into that second spot. Dan looking to try and get that spot back straight away. Jaden just a little bit defensive into turn 1, which is fine. Maintain that line. About to commence lap 8. As I said, this is a timed race, so looking at the time, we should end up with about a 15-16 lap race at the end of it. Luke coming up on the back of a slower car. If that'll slow down his progress. Dan's gone very wide. Got a little, sorry, that was Luke. Ran wide. Got a little bit crossed up. That's cost him a couple of spots. Slowed his momentum down the straight, which has allowed both Dan and Jaden to get through. He's got a bit of work to do now to those spots back. The slower car moves out of the way to let the field through. Top four now have bunched right up. Mark's been able to get onto the back of our front three. Just making sure he doesn't make that same mistake twice. Skyline Tyndall to try and get a move done on Darren Allen. Darren ran a little bit wide there, which allowed Skyline to get through. While our front three still well within a second, closer to about 3/4 of a second. Separates our front three. Pretty much nose to tail on lap 11. Dan's gone for the move. Looks like he has the battle for at the front is certainly starting to heat up now. Jaden is trying to fend off Luke. Dan now leads. Oh, Luke's trying to squeeze. Boys are leaning on each other. It's a drag race. It's turn one. Oh. Luke had to back out of that. That's cost him another position. As Mark now squeezes on by. Meanwhile, up the front, there was Dan that ran wide through that left-hander. Hard on the brakes. Certainly hard into it for race one, round one, that's for sure. Some pretty exciting racing to open the season. See some of it. That's Jade running just a little bit defensive into turn one. He's going to have to go the long way. Meanwhile, Luke tries the inside line. See iRacing still testing their wipers out. Probably saw the wipers come on. I don't think that's Luke running the wipers. Oh, Jade squeezes Dan. Gets the job done. Oh no! Oh, I think it wasn't quite what the boys had planned. Go back and see if we can see what actually happened there. There's a bit of rubbing panels. Oh, there was actually no contact. That was purely net code. Pure net code. Was just a little bit unlucky for both Dan and Jaden. So Luke leads across the line to commence lap 15. He's now got Sean Dinsell for company. Then it's a big gap back to Mark Keppel now, who got caught up in that that little scuffle. He's over 3 seconds behind now. It looks like Sean's not about to hand this to Luke without a fight either. Head back and find Ross Armour again. Ross is our biggest shaker and mover at the moment. He's up 9 spots. Looks like Cameron Brown also is up 7 spots, which is a great effort in such a big field. So still Luke leading. this will be the last lap. Checkered flag is waving. So we'll be Luke Ewing wins race 1, round 1 from Sean Linsell. Mark Heppel home in 3rd. Dan Bartush managed to get going again to finish 4th, and Jamie Fleming home in 5th. We will get some official results up in just a moment. It's, the field has completed. Okay, we've got some official results for our race 1. So it was Luke Ewing first, Sean Linsell in 2nd, and Mark Heppel home in 3rd. The rest of the finishers are there on the right-hand side, the overall finishing order, along with how many incidents every driver collected during the race. Boys are just taking a short break before race 2. So we might leave this up for a couple of minutes, and we'll be back with race 2 very shortly. All right, boys are just about to grid up for race 2. So we'll head back down to the track. Let's quickly run through a grid for race 2. So on row 1, it's going to be Chris Chant and Quinn Owers. I think this is a full reverse grid race. Then it's Lachlan Johnson and Rob Chandler. Row 3, Sebastian Welch and Fred O'Grady. And it's going to be Zach Elston Lindsay and Chase McMillan. Jaden Wilcox and Darren Lounan. Row 6 is Damien McGrath and Graham Hill. Row 7, Ryan Smith and Dylan Day. Row 8, Matt Hatton and Rory Collins. Row 9, Brooke Wilson and Skyline Tyndall. Row 10, David Uni and Brad Hilda. Row 11, Adam Hughes and Ross Armour. Row 12, Cameron Brown and Lee Miller. Row 13, Jamie Fleming and Dan Bartush. Row 14, Mark Heppel and Sean Linsell. Doesn't look like our grid shows the full grid. I know Luke should be in there somewhere. So, lights are on. They're off and running. There's a few gaps in the grid there, so I'm sure if a few boys have dropped out for this race. It's an angry pack heading into turn one. Chris Chant still leading at this stage. Rob Chandler. Oh, there's a massive pile up. Sure. Who was involved in that? There was quite a few. Just runs it a little bit wide. That's opened the door for Rob to sneak on by. Chris has actually dropped 2 spots. Now a 3rd spot. He's going backwards. I'm not sure if he's got something wrong or whether that was a slowdown. Oh, somebody else is out cutting grass. Boys have jumped the pits early. Leaders have managed to break away. It's Rob still leading at this stage on lap 2 from Dylan Day. It's a big gap back to 4th. Which is still currently being held down by Chris Chan. It's nearly 5 seconds back to the chasing pack now as Rob runs it a little bit wide this time. Opens the door for Dylan. He's going to get the job done from around the outside. Jump on board with our leader. Our helmet cam, you can see in the rear vision mirror. Rob can see. It's got Dylan all over his rear bumper to get a tow down this long straight. It's a drag race. Tries to get it done around the outside, didn't quite get that move done. Slots back into 2nd for now, but now is under pressure from Ryan Smith. Looks like Ryan is going to get the overtake done into this sweeping left-hander, which he does. Rob will be hoping that these 2 boys start to battle it out for those minor places, give him a chance to try and build a bit of a gap. So they swap positions again in 2nd and 3rd. Oh, that got a little bit messy there. That was Dylan Day that might have lost it then. It's certainly made it very comfortable for Rob now. It's over 4 seconds front. As you can see on the on our timing tower, the boys that have actually pitted, and a few more are into the pits now. Only on lap 4. Looks like nearly half the field is pitted already. Rob now runs it a little bit wide. Not really under any pressure at this stage though. Now Sean Denzel, who ran second in our race 1, has now jumped 23 positions. Currently in that second spot, albeit nearly 7 seconds behind Rob at this stage, but it's a massive jump through the field. Well, we go back and find Jamie Fleming. He's in a bit of a battle with Fred O'Grady at this stage. Go back to 15th and find our race 1 winner, Luke Ewing. He's up 12 spots. Rear of the grid. Oh, not sure what happened there. Was Luke that went off the track. Go back and see if we can get a quick look. Oh, he lost it all on his own and made some contact with Lee Miller there. So we head back up the front. Rob now with still with a 6-second lead. This is our battle for 3rd spot. This is Mark Heppel closing in on the back of Ross Armour. None of our front runners have actually pitted yet. It's a 30-minute race, so guessing we should get probably an extra 4 or 5 laps in on this race. Be somewhere around that 20 lap mark. Just got a really good run out of that. Turn onto this front straight. Will it be enough to slingshot him past Ross into that third position? Seems pretty content just to sit there for the time being. Oh, Ross just ran a little bit wide there on the exit of turn 1. Mark might be playing the long game here. Further back, this is Zach Elston Lindsay. Battle with Cameron Brown. Currently battling over that 12th and 13th spot. Having a few technical issues there. It's dropping in and out. Or was that that was Cameron Brown that lost it in front of him there? No, Cameron's still there. Not sure what happened there. Up the front, Rob's still running a very lonely race too. That gap has come down, but it's still over 5 seconds at this stage, so I'm sure Rob is just a little bit conservative. Battle for third between Mark and Ross. We're on lap 10 now. Oh, just as we come back, Ross has run it wide and opened the door for Mark to slip on through into that third spot. Bit of a battle on here with Dylan Day and Rory Collins. Rory peels off to the pits. somebody was off into the weeds. Not sure what that was all about. Pick up on Dan. Sean Mansell now goes to the lead as Rob jumps into the pits. Sean hasn't done his pit stop yet. Our front two boys have 24 and 22 spots up from their starting position, but as I said, are still yet to pit at this stage, so we'd expect them to drop back through the field when they do their pit stop. Meanwhile, our first car that has pitted Rob. He's what's Rob now? He's still around about 4.5 seconds up on Jaden. He's running second. It's Jaden. What's happened to Damien? He's dropped a couple of spots. He may have had an off track. Now jumps into the pits. That pretty much only leaves our front three runners now still to pit. Go back and find Dylan, who is closing in on Jamie Fleming at this stage. Looks like our pole sitter was had a misfortune somewhere. Let's see if we can find what's happened to Chris. Oh, just a bit of side-on contact. It's Sean now jumps into the pits to get his pit stop out the way. It's Mark Heppel in the lead at this stage. Mark and Ross are our only two that still are yet to do their mandatory pit stop. So we're on lap 15 and approaching the 19-minute mark of our 30-minute race. First of our pit stoppers in race 2, which is Rob Chandler. He's now got a nearly 7-second lead over Sean Vincel, who's done his pit stop and come back out in 4th. Still up 21 spots, so it's a really good effort. Jump back and the battle with, who's this, Ryan Smith. Ryan currently down in 17. Up a few spots from his original grid position. Down Sebastian Welch, just ahead of him there. That move done. Oh, eventually gets that move done. Meanwhile, Rob Chandler has now taken that lead back as Mark Heppel is into the pits. Dan Martouche trying to get some spots back. He's up 8 from his starting position on the grid. gets that position. Yeah, Ryan's pretty keen to get that spot back if he can. That's Luke. I think that's Luke Newing, also trying to make his way forward. Luke's up 10 spots, or as Ryan just runs a little bit wide there. Battle for second and third is quite over and done with just yet. Rob Chandler's still out the front with a 4-second lead. So it's pretty tight between Sean and Mark at this stage for the minor placings. The lap cars get out of the way. We're on lap 21 and we've still got about 3.5 minutes to go, so yeah, lap calculation wasn't that good, must admit. A couple of laps to go in this one. These boys are catching the leader. Gap now is down to just over 3 seconds, so these boys don't battle too hard against each other. There is a chance that they may bridge that gap, although time will be a factor now as we tick over the 29-minute mark. Just moving out of the way there for our current race leader. It's now down to just over 2 seconds, so boys are definitely catching Rob. There's that lap car in between them, so not sure whether that will hinder their progress. We have ticked over the time, so just be good to go. Sure. Oh no, this will be the checkered flag. So it will be Rob Chandler that takes out the win. Get some official results up shortly. Okay, there's our official results for the race 2, the feature. So you can see there that the race winner was in fact Rob Chandler. Fastest lap actually went to Luke Ewing. At 3 different leaders. Sean Linsell was our hard charger, and over in the right hand side you can see there's the overall finishing order with the amount of incidents each driver collected throughout the race. So congratulations to Rob, Sean and Mark, our podium finishers for race 2. That pretty much concludes our racing of round 1 from Southern Cross Sim Racing League. Round 2 is next Tuesday night, coming to you from the Adelaide Street Circuit. So if there's anyone out there watching the broadcast and wants to be a part of the Southern Cross Sim Racing League, jump on Facebook or Discord. Type in SCSR in the search bar. Locate Southern Cross, and I'm sure the boys will be more than happy to have you on board for round 2. So until next Tuesday night, everybody stay safe, and we'll catch you again next week. Bye for now.